and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
What a perfect day for football. And off we go in Santa Clara. It's Deebo Samuel with the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
You know, Kate, people won't stop recognizing Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant right at first, but they better start recognizing his game. He shed that label of his draft status to me long ago. He proved there is no fluke to his talent. He knows how to see it, how to feel it, how to deliver it, and most importantly, he knows how to elevate the people around him. That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
They kick the running back in motion. Purdy throwing here on first. Continuing to move past the 45. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They get 13 on the pickup. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Purdy on first down. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's a 49er first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Up to the line, and they're set. First and 10. Running back sent in motion. First down throw by Purdy. Hits his running back. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. That stop made by KJ Britt.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They send Samuel right. To throw again, it's Purdy. Reeled in by George Kittle. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And got his man. That's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Tucker now on the return. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They are brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field. You just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 31-yard play, and that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
On the give, this is Irving. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
It's pretty obvious, this defense, man, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, you start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
First and 10, it's Mayfield. That's caught. It's Cade Otton. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers finish off their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Samuel now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. San Francisco headed out for its second possession of the game. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Purdy setting up that play action. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. This might be a free play for him. This one won't be reeled in, but they had that green light to take the shot, and they did. Looked like somebody on the defense jumped the snap. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 48. That finds Ayuk, complete. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Purdy gets this from the pistol. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
First down, ball at the 36. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. He'll get this complete to Jennings. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. up to make that play.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the gun is Purdy. Finds him over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Wideout's getting involved in the ground game. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers break the tie here in the first. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. Wow, how about the timing on that call? They catch him off guard, and it's an easy score on that wide receiver run.
That's exactly right. They crossed up the defense there, busted some tendencies. What a great call, and what great vision as a ball carrier. You don't always see that from wide receivers. That is a job well done.
On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Out to kick it away, here's Moody. Tucker now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So the Buccaneer offense getting out there for their second drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
They motion the tight end over. Irving here from the gun. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Once again, Irving. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Second and 3 now. They kick the running back in motion. Hauled in by Godwin. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They'll send him over right. Mayfield on first and 10. That pass complete to Irving. And they take him down right along the 30.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Mayfield now from the gun. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
So for those of you keeping track, we get a solid completion for decent yardage on first, and then we go backwards on second. Kate, I guess we got a quality rubber match right here on third down.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Baker now from the gun. Complete out to the right side. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
First down, here's Baker. This one finds Irving. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Going with Irving here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Kate, I'll give some credit to the defense there. Limited the gain to the outside, contained him for minimal yardage, but it was going to be tough to stop him from getting a first down as close as they were to the sticks.
From inside the 1, here's first and goal. Off the play fake, here's Mayfield. That one's incomplete in the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. It's second and goal.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So the incompletion on first, here's second and goal. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Mayfield now, blitz coming. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. This from 28 yards away. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Returning it from the 4. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. And among all the team's pass catchers, partner, he has been one of the brightest spots in this opening half. I mean, I think we agree he's outshined several of their receivers and tight ends that we're used to seeing be the guys to get those targets. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. And they send a man in motion. From the 44 here on 2nd down. Kittle brings it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play. And that's a 49er 1st down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. He's contained at the line for no gain. Stopped that time by Jamel Dean. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. But you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They send the tight end in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Flush down out to his left. He'll make a... Oh, he loses the football. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. One mistake didn't become 2, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
Purdy on 1st down. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes again. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. Time to get the second quarter going. The 49ers set up inside the red zone. On second down, here's McCaffrey. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Purdy to throw it. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Gotta forget about first down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on second and goal. Another try following the sack. It is caught left side. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, third and goal. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Has it down close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Moody knocks it through and add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Tucker now on the return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay offense. They'll look to knot up this game right now as they trail 17-10. First and 10. Here's Mayfield. This finds Evans complete. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. From the gun, Mayfield. That one's complete, right side. And he's able to get it past midfield and down onto the 49er side.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Motioning the tight end now. Baker now off the play fake. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that leaves him with third and short.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Here's the give to Irving. A lot of grass ahead. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominating in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Right back to Irving now. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Irving on the inside give. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he stopped just a little short of the goal line. He's down to the 2. Give him 4 on that play. So now they've got 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Irving goes up and over for the touchdown. The Buccaneers can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers make it 17 all. The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away. Samuel now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. He'll get this complete to Jennings. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Play brought to an end by Jordan Whitehead.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
From the gun is Purdy. Escapes out to the left. He's on the move. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Purdy throwing here on 1st. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Mano y mano, so many battles there at the line of scrimmage, and it does come down to those one-on-one situations. Who's put in the work, who's put in the effort, and who can execute to create that negative play, that big sack for this defense.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again following the sack. Nabs along that sideline, Samuel. And he's out of bounds, just a step short of the 40.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts...
Todd Bowles did not like what he saw, and he's thrown the challenge flag. So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why teams scout body control and field awareness for these pass catchers. For moments like this, he did not have much margin for error, and it happens oh so fast.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a 3rd one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. The Buccaneers add another DB, 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw, Purdy. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game. Went way outside there trying to work that sideline, Brock, but by the time the ball had arrived, well, the defender had to knock that ball out.
I think you see my reaction in the booth every time
I do.
we see that throw, because I can close my eyes and remember the terror that I felt as a quarterback when you let that ball go and you're throwing it all the way to the boundary. There's some risk reward, and that time, well, there was no reward.
The Buccaneers and Bucky Irving ready for their next possession. And that front is really going to need to buckle down and provide some more opposition because he's gotten off to an excellent start here. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Caught quickly on the slant. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought down by Fred Warner.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Finds his man. It's Godwin. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Carry here for Irving. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Mayfield now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Godwin sent in motion right. 3rd and long, Mayfield. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he slides to a stop after a great run, but still not quite enough for that 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the 49ers will go on offense. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. That stop made by KJ Britt. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Caught by Jennings. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
McCaffrey on 3rd down. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's a 49er 1st down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
1st down throw by Purdy. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing from the gun. That's caught in stride by McCaffrey. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
3rd and just 2 to go. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
First down, ball at the 36. Right up the gut. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Tackled by big Logan Hall. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Now Purdy. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. It's a gain of 4 there. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Purdy on 1st down. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. And he's brought down for a loss. So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. The 49ers could break this tie for a halftime lead. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Backfield is empty as they motion him outright. Caught by the open man. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers get some late points and the lead. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Bucky Irving now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Buccaneers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. 1st and 10, it's Mayfield. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing again is Baker. Completed over the middle. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He has the first over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. Baker throwing again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. New set of downs for him from the 46. Mayfield to throw again. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brought down by Fred Warner.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Hits him on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just a yard or two short of that 25. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Second down, Mayfield to pass. Short pass brought in. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Looking to throw. On the move, headed right. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. So we're halfway through this contest from Santa Clara, California. The hometown 49ers out in front, as we send things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. We saw a fine performance in the first half from the former Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Tucker now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Buccaneers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
When you throw that comeback route versus zone, you have to see the underneath defenders. It's frankly easier, Kate, to throw it versus man-to-man. You know where everybody is. But in zone, you better trust your eyes underneath. And when you do, there's completions like that to be had.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. It is caught left side. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Baker now off the play fake. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody.
Yeah.
And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Fires right away, but incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Motion man sent left. Third down, here's Mayfield. That pass complete to Irving. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
First and 10, here's Mayfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So second down coming up. Well, he found the route he wanted pretty quickly, Brock, but maybe, I don't know, he telegraphed who he wanted a little too much because that defender sure got there just as the ball arrived to force it loose.
Yeah, this is one of those tough moments as an analyst, right? Because you're right, offensively didn't get the job done, but I'm going to give a gold star to the defense. Anytime you make contact and you disrupt that pass, that's a job well done defensively.
No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on third down.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
To the air, third and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
On fourth down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Listen, all he could do is make the kicks he's called out there to make. They need extra points from him, but for now, well, he's able to handle his third field goal of the game and just inch them a little bit closer.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Starting from the 5. And look at this return. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The 49ers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this, couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Ball at the 33 for first down. They'll start the second half with McCaffrey. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Stopped that time by Jamel Dean. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
One of the tight ends motioning right. Play action now with Purdy. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Handoff now out of the gun. And they had that one contained right at the line. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You know, that's one of those plays when you call it, you expect to get decent yards every time. Seeing it stopped at the line, man, that's deflating offensively.
Motioning one of the tight ends. Purdy setting up that play action. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't find a home there.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Ayuk put in motion left. On third down, Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. The visitors returning their offense, and this running back to the field. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Mayfield now from the gun. This one finds Irving. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Baker now from the gun. That's completed right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs?
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play moves him well past midfield, has him set up now at the 35. 1st down, here's Baker. This one's taken in by Otten. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun handoff to Irving. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Brought down by Fred Warner.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Mayfield now, blitz coming. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. On the give, this is Irving. And they corral him after a minimal gain to the 21. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 21. Irving hauls it in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Throwing on 3rd and long. On target to Godwin. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. Running it after the penalty. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. From the gun, Mayfield. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. White. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 3rd quarter lead. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
So the Buccaneers keeping their offense on the field. 2-point attempt coming up. Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. Doesn't have the hook up there. Incomplete pass.
Well, there's a reason he's playing defense, because he couldn't quite corral that one. But in the end, it doesn't matter. He still does the job and denies 2 points.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Returns looking good so far. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Purdy on 1st down. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Second and 3. He just throws this one away. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Oh, and they're going to have the fullback drive power for it. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only a yard that time. It forces 4th and 1.
Sometimes it's not about flash and sizzle, Kate. Sometimes it's about old school football. Give your fullback the ball, and he's going to go get you a couple yards.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. It'll be Mitch Wisnowski doing the honors. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. The visitors and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. They've got 1st down from the 31. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Here's Baker. This finds Evans, complete. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers hold an 11-point advantage. Mike Evans with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers push the lead up to 12. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. Returns looking good so far. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. That's taken in by Samuel. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Stopped that time by Jamel Dean.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
From the 40 on 2nd down. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, every once in a while, you understand a play that loses a yard or two. But losing that much on a completion, there is some kind of malfunction with the offense. They'd have been better off abandoning that play. Heck, you might as well punt it.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. From the gun is Purdy. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. They'll run this with Irving. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Once again, Irving. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now it's Irving, and he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. They send a tight end in motion. Here's 2nd and 11. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Here's the give to Irving. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Right back to Irving now. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Forced out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again following the sack. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers go up by 19. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Samuel now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Pretty throwing here on 1st. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down throw by Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Move the chains. Got to move them chains. Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Running back sent in motion. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. Offense to the line for second down. They kick the running back in motion. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's a 49er first down.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says two things in every production meeting. Number one, well, we got to stop the run. And number two, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And he will score. It's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers get it back to within 2 possessions. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers shave some of the lead. It's down now to 12. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, here's Irving. This return makes it up to the 25. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Mayfield now from the gun. This one's taken in by Otten. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Baker now from the gun. That's to the sideline, and Evans has got it. And he crosses out of bounds, so now we're going to learn who the penalty flag is on. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. 3rd and long, Mayfield. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Tampa Bay in punt formation now. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. His work begins at the 31. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Shotgun snap for Purdy. He'll get this to Samuel. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the gun, McCaffrey. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They're running the option, short side. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. That defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes. Knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition, a little bit of feel. He's able to get his hands on it and knock it out of bounds.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Play action now with Purdy. That's caught for the 1st. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. It's a 21-yard gain. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he's stopped. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
From the 21. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Catch is made in close. He has the San Francisco touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. On the return, here's Irving. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Putting the tight end in motion. Irving here from the gun. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. Second down.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
And the 49ers in a nickel set. 3rd down coming. Motioning him from the slot right. 3rd down, here's Mayfield. That pass complete to Irving.
Awareness. Kate, you hear me and so many others talk about it a lot with quarterbacks, but it's critical for every unit on a football field. And for the defense right there, to have an awareness of knowing where the marker was and to make sure that completion wasn't going to move the chains.
They bring on the punt team, and they get this kick away. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. It's going to be a pickup of about 2. That leaves him with 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Finds him over the middle. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. But that's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
So out now comes the punter. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. He takes the fair catch at about the 26-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. Tampa Bay are ready to head out to the field. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. 1st down, here's Baker. This one finds Irving. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Finds his man. It's Godwin. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Irving on the inside give. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. From the 39. Throwing the out route complete. And they get this down to the 28. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Now a carry by Irving. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Second and 3. Completed over the middle. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
From the red zone now. Got Evans, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Carry here for Irving. And he drives this forward to the 6. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That is an old school battle you simply love to see. An offense that close to a first down, a defense that knows there's a run headed its way. It's a battle of wills. It's the offense that gets it done this time.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Buccaneers leading by 5. Trying again from the 2. It's 2nd and goal. Irving will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast, trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers push the lead up to 12. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. He fields it from the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. So here come the 49ers on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Purdy setting up that play action. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had two choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Purdy now on 2nd and 10. All the time in the world. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here he is to throw. He'll get this complete to Jennings. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's a 49er first down.
That's just a gorgeous corner route by the wide receiver. I bet you'll find, Kate, in the annals of football history, the best corner route runners as receivers were also the best slant runners, the best post runners, because it's all about change of direction, and that was put on display right there.
Hits him on the in route. And they make this stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. '49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. To throw again, it's Purdy. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Brought in by Ayuk. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. The 49ers will call their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the gun is Purdy. Getting out to his left. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
So it's a win for the visiting Buccaneers. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers winners, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.